Hello everybody and welcome back to our playthrough of Kirby's Return to Dreamland for Realsies edition.
It's amazing that this thing can hold two fat asses and two additional puffballs and not have to worry about altitude problems.
Goodness me, that warp star is a lifesaver.
I feel like.
Oh no, I don't.
I feel like that might be. I feel like that might not be entirely accurate because Hammer Bro looked a lot more muscle than fat.
Well, either way, it's still heavy.
Yep. Oh look.
Oh, that's right, the broom ability, which came back from Kirby's Dream Land 3. Not only is it being given a much needed boost up in terms of raw utility, it's also where you get a neat little cameo from all of Kirby's friends from Dreamland 3.
Yep, that also uses set clean ability, so I'm going to unfriend you. No, not you.
Him. Well, then again, are you going to be using...
Get him back.
You're still my wingman. You need to go. I'll do the cleanup. I'll do the cleanup myself.
Is it possible to accidentally unfriend the heroes you get from the big house, like accidentally unfriend DDD?
I don't believe it is. I mean, well, okay. The way that Logan just did, I don't believe so, considering that they are technically a special case. The only way you can truly, get rid of them is if you use the more, manual unfriend ability, where you have to hold down... I think you gotta hold down the unfriend button, and then you'll get the selection to just... Which friend would you like to get rid of?
Right,
yeah.
right. Which
exactly like that.
Feature. Yeah, which that's a feature that you would more so use when you want to... that's more so a feature that you would want to use if you are taking care of, that whole pick up and play, drop in and out co-op, and we are not going to pick up that sleep ability.
Oh, it looked like DDD almost did.
Honestly, a missed opportunity that they couldn't make the, whatever the sleep mooks are called into its own sort of, partner.
Yeah, helper friend. Have some cool super ability. Anyway, so as far as what the cleaning ability itself is, yeah, as we said, it's no longer just called broom, it is called cleaning, and it actually is really neat. There are some abilities in this game that actually, even though they're given a unique name, they're honestly more so, kind of hybrids of other elements altogether. So cleaning, as you see when I sweep the broom, the game considers that a wind element, and there are various water elements since it all has to do with cleaning.
Right. Gotta keep Dreamland spick and span in the face of evil.
You know, one thing that I love doing is cleaning, which you don't see him do too often because he's abusing that dash attack. It's just when you hold down the button, standing still, you can continuously keep sweeping, and Kirby will just keep walking while he's sweeping. Just the idea of just Kirby sweeping up enemies as he's just casually walking, just him going go on, chew, chew.
Get on out of here.
There's that, and like I mentioned before, I do still love when cleaning Kirby does hold up, that's when he brings out the vacuum cleaner, literally just sucks up all his other friends to be used in some sort of tornado attack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at that point, it almost feels a little bit akin to either the fighter or the throw Kirby abilities.
It's honestly a bit better than the throw ability, considering you can use more than just one character. Only downside is that you can't properly aim it; they just go all over the place.
Right, we gotta be very careful if there are stage hazards in the way, then.
I mean, that being said, though, considering how, for lack of a better word, kid-friendly the level design in Star Allies is, that's less of a problem than you'd think.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, I still like that as a cute little cute detail, is that whenever it's an AI partner's turn, I got it! And they go running over.
Yeah!
I got it!
Now, as for the name of this area, come on, Buster Cutter, it's your turn. Oh, that's me. Who?
Oh yeah, that's me.
I'm the Cutter. Anyway, I'm Sir Kibble.
Just when I do that, it's still probably one of my favorite parts of, I think it was DKC, it was either 1 or 3, where you was DK, it's hey DK, you gotta help me. Looks at the tie. Oh, that's right, that's me.
I think that was 1.
Oh, that was... Oh, jeez, I forgot. I gotta go back to DK1. DK2, I felt so self-conscious over because I sucked for the first, half of the game.
Well,
that and the editing thing I was still trying to fix up at the time.
If it's any consolation, Logan, we sucked at the game together.
Well, that's
brothers.
What...
Anyway, so,
and hey, you know what? It's a good thing we saved you guys by insisting you do, a test run first.
Which we did, and it worked out a lot better.
I was just thinking, the whole brothers only closer thing, but the appendage holding us together is Dixie's hair.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, we get to talk about this. I think this is the first time we've experienced these. These are the friend. The fuck?
That's a little close for comfort, guys. Oh.
Friend circle.
I mean, they certainly take friend circles to the absolute extreme, because now they are a literal wheel of death and destruction.
Woo. These are basically the games. When we get around to them, you'll see what I mean. Is like kind of like how in Robobot and Triple Deluxe, there were like these certain sections of the game that required a super move being used, be it Hyper Kirby or like the Mega Sword or Mega Weapons from Return to Dreamland. Those kind of return in the form of these friend pads, where when you and at least 4 people, it needs to be 4 people, when you and 4 of them join forces on that pedestal, you can unlock cool abilities. Ow.
Yep, and they range from that little friend circle there to literally making a friend bridge, and then at some point you literally put out a hype train.
Mm-hmm. Yep. With dated references by me.
Though I guess that isn't one thing I'll definitely say regarding Star Allies that I'm a little on and off about, is that because of the whole gimmick of this game, and that the game really encourages you to have, partners at all times, it feels kind of like one of those cases where there's not much of you technically could if you want to, but there's not much of a reason for you to not play it solo.
Yeah, I think it would be neat if for the sake of trying to push for that couch co-op mentality, it would be neat if they had some stages that you could select from the main menu or something that would have puzzles where you couldn't just the AI has been very much helpful in. Oh, actually, is this? I want to check something. What's the name of the stage that we just are? I want to check what we're leaving this. What I forgot to check what the name of these stages are. This one was called Friendly. Oh, okay. Darn.
Aww.
I thought it was a neat idea, kind of like what we did with kind of like how we were talking about with Tropical Freeze. If each of the levels here would have been named the same as the worlds in Popstar, which formed the word crown.
That would be amusing, but to be fair, that's also not really the point of the game. In fact, I think, considering how few worlds there are technically in this game, I don't think they do that whole thing anymore.
Aw.
Oh.
Bring Gooey in for a little bit.
Hey, Gooey.
Yay. It's the weirdin' thing from Dreamland 3. Yeah.
Aw. Wow. That's, that would explain so much why DDD tends to be such a prick towards Kirby. Because Kirby keeps on friend zoning him for everyone else.
Well, I want to show off. Gooey has started to grow on me a bit more now that I experienced our commentary of 3 and I realized all about his story and what he is. He's the closest thing to a dark matter Kirby that we got.
Yep. He's a dark matter friend.
Yep. So I'm just showing off his moves, and don't worry. By the end of the game, my plan is by the end of the game to have the whole cast of Return to Dreamland come back for the big grand reunion tour.
This just in: a tragic end to a friendship end to a friendship happened today between Kirby and King Dedede. Now confirmed, Gooey. Now confirmed, Gooey is Kirby's best friend.
Damn with.
You're making me think of that freaking Senior Pello animation where Kirby's like, "You're not my friend," and then
yeah, it just literally gets sucked up into its own cyberspace.
And then the freaking artist power, like, "You want to see my commission? Very expensive." No, anyway, so where are we going with this? Oh, that's right. As we're moving forward into this next area, we are going to be going into a nice little water-themed area. I think we may as well go around to talk about this. I also really appreciate the ant.
Open it real up.
Holy crap! That's a really big chumbrella.
Which we need to keep it from putting out the fire. Okay, now we can go back to what we were doing.
Oh, I hate being
wet. We'll set that off. Grab all the loot we can and run. Okay, I'm trying. Oh, I remember when we were talking. We mentioned Gooey. Oh, that's right. I remember where I was going with now is the whole thing of a news broadcast talking about DD reminded me of freaking. Have you seen that? It started out on a Twitter and then it's been kind of moving more on YouTube. I've been seeing more around the places. Have you been seeing that one Kirby animation with like all the teeny little Kirbys helping out that Adeline.
Yeah, Kirby Guardian.
Yeah, the Kirby Guardian series.
Yeah, I've been trying to get caught up with it. Like, the last one I saw was kind of like a prologue episode showing how the Kirby Guardians came to be.
Right, and it looks like I'm interested. At first, I thought it was gonna be a silly little slice of life thing, but it looks like, I guess, sort of spoilers to this. They're actually trying to tie the plot of Kirby Guardian to the ending and some implications of Star Allies.
Huh.
Which, if so, I mean, I know Nintendo's not usually one to make these grand overarching plots with Kirby because it's Kirby.
At the end of the day, though, is it just me, or has that sort of become a trend with a lot of, like, even if it's not, like, an official TV show or whatever, like, these stories that seem like, you know, just a simple slice of life, or even just a simple fun show that suddenly goes into something deeper as it goes on, like, not even giving it time to breathe?
Yeah, a lot of cartoons nowadays love doing that.
I like the idea. I like it when it works. Like, I do like the idea of there being like something like details that you wouldn't normally, that only like observing people would see, to kind of like, you know, give people who are like really paying attention some sort of reward for their their dedication to the show like that. But
it's just fair and all, but it's also just, I don't know. At the same time, it also comes to a point where, like, sometimes I can't help but people are just doing it for the sake of doing it, and not just let it be what it was intended to be from the start.
Oh no, absolutely. That has been go ahead.
Yeah, that's honestly part of the reason why I'm actually kind of interested in the Ghost of Molly McGee, because it kind of looks like a throwback to like those simpler type of shows that don't really try to like take itself too seriously in terms of like the serialization. Like, honestly, it reminds me of like a lot of the shows that were like prevalent around the Disney Channel at that time, like Dave the Barbarian and Brandy and Mr. Whiskers.
We need more of that. I just want fun, silly. We just need. And I'll agree with you, James. Like, I feel like it kind of like for the same reason as there's been a lot of like a rise in indie games or indie horror games that try to have some deep inner like plot that like games that try to pretend to be deeper than they really have any right to be. Well, FNAF, no, I think FNAF, I'll admit that I think FNAF can still get away with it since they were one of the, you know, people who started it. I was talking more about like your Bendies and your like Hello Neighbors and stuff.
Okay, that's
right.
Like where they start, like where like I would say FNAF popularized it, especially with the help of game theory, but then other games were like, that's how we'll get free marketing. We gotta be deep. And they would.
Well, to be fair,
they
I
don't have
think
anything besides just. They don't have any deep meaning besides just being obscure and hard to understand.
I mean, I'll give Bendy credit. I don't think it's quite as shameless about it as Hello Neighbor.
Nah, Hello Neighbor was a little thirsty about that.
Oh yeah, no, it completely thrived on that whole mentality, and not you know, doing anything of real substance with it.
Right. Okay. And you know what? I think I figured out where I was trying to go with this. That it's annoying when the gameplay itself isn't even all that spectacular. It's like it's as though like the entire selling point was just look at how deep and mysterious this game is when there was nothing left on the surface.
It's kind of like it's a literal. What was the one character in the DuckTales reboot, Harvey Beaks plot?
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying.
He was hyping up a whole heap of nothing. Yeah. Also, hey there, Chef bye, Chef Kawasaki. Yeah. Hello, Chef Kawasaki. Will you be my new friend?
Of course I will. Hey, you want to go get churros?
Holy crap! I said cook. I said cook. Gooey. That's not for.
Ah! I'm gonna cook you all the nice raviolis. Bon appetit.
But oh, it's the cook potluck. Which I guess, depending on what you do with it. Oh, and as you see there, he can't make food. He can't make free food healing whenever he wants. Although we're at the end of the level, so it doesn't even matter. He has a cooldown. But I was also thinking, like, because we're talking about the Kirby stuff, and if they're gonna make any more, we are again recording this particular sessions of games and videos prior to June 2021. So wouldn't it be something if Nintendo announced out of nowhere, hey, we're making a TV show again?
Actually, it's really funny because I think as far as like the rumor windmill goes, the thing I've been hearing is that like I don't know which two Kirby games that happened with. I know it was the two recent ones, but apparently there were like some hacks into the data implying that they have a couple of files for testing out an honest to god 3D Kirby adventure.
I mean, I've been saying it like for the past while now, we're due for Kirby trying his hands on a proper 3D game, not just some mini palooza like Blowout Blast or the admittedly amusing hijinks that could happen from Battle Royale.
I know. I want some fun. I want fun. I was also thinking allow my head, and I feel like it would work especially well with Kirby, but I don't know if they would outright make it because you know how Nintendo gets when they, understandably, when they have concerns about making clones of their own titles, but oh jeez.
Well, hold on. For the sake of Kirby, what would a 3D Kirby game be an absolute clone of?
No. I was leading into that. Thought process. By the way, Spider ability, which I think was either new or was this from? Oh, I forgot if I used this in Triple Deluxe.
This is new.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For some reason,
which surprised me.
It feels like something that would be in Triple Deluxe.
Right. Especially given the whole plant insect thing. But
whoa!
But yes,
easy
this is a new. I want to say this is one of 2 new abilities they brought for Star Allies.
Yeah, there was this, and then there was also Staff.
Yes. Yeah, the bow staff, which can be really fun if you know how to use it, and or be Scrooge McDuck. But no, okay, so the thought process I was going into this was, sorry, Gooey.
Gooey, drop down.
I will admit that something that I do like is that... Sorry.
Okay, Sir Kibble, how about you? Gooey lost his privileges.
This isn't gonna hurt at all.
I do kind of like that. Like when Gooey does, when he hovers, it's like a callback to the boss version of him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's just his old dark matter self. But so the thought process I was going with the clones was that I wonder I would play a Kirby party game kind of game. Like Mario Party-esque but with Kirby, but I realized Nintendo doesn't like making clones of their own games, which is why Mario Party will forever be the only, Mario Party-esque experience.
Which made by Nintendo anyway.
Well, yes, not real. Well, no, the Mario Party series was always handled by separate parties.
Well, you know what I mean when I say made by Nintendo.
I know, with their moniker on it more than anything.
Goodness me, would I wonder if Sega were to make another Sonic Shuffle?
I think there's some things even they know they shouldn't touch.
You know what?
Oh, they just need to not make it all RPG.
I was about to say, you know what? You say that, James? Considering how desperate, thirsty fans are for a new Sonic game, I feel like that they would even be like they would be so desperate they'd be like, you know what? I'll take it.
Well, I know that they had plans that there have been again the rumor mill is that they do want to try and do something with Sonic after how unfortunate circumstances led to last year being a bit of a downer for the hedge.
Thanks, COVID.
It was not something that could. It was not something that they had any plans for. But at the very least, knowing their track record with trying to rush out Sonic and/or Sega titles, maybe it was an unexpected silver lining in that it gave them a forced reason to say no. Calm down, slow this down a little bit, and make sure you get out all the little kinks out of the works.
It really hammers in the fact just how bipolar the fan base is, because, for years we've been talking about how, Sega, you have things other than Sonic. Maybe you should let Sonic, have a break, come back to them when you feel like you can do something with them, and, give your other IPs a chance to shine. And it's like, they have been doing that quite a bit, not just with taking a break from Sonic, but also reviving, I am loving this era of, Sega reviving their old IPs, and I can't wait to see more of it, but I still don't get the mentality of, people being upset about how, they're being so, quiet with what Sonic is. It's like, why are you guys taking your time with this? Who asked you to do this? You guys did.
You.
I think we brought this up before, but they'll always want an excuse to bitch.
Yeah.
Right. Every fan base will have individuals like that, and I am guilty of that. Not gonna lie, it happens. It's tricky.
It's not like we're completely starved with content now. The comics have been going pretty good, and we are getting that movie sequel.
That's movie sequel, the new TV show.
Oh yeah, that's right, Prime 2.
Yeah. We're getting a number of things. There have been some really fun little revivals I've been seeing both TVs, both games and TV shows, such as that Superman show you showed me and the He-Man show that they're working on.
Oh, you mean the one that's co-starring the fucking protagonist from Owl House?
Yeah, because any character that
It's
has
not
short brown hair.
hype. For anybody on Twitter who has dealt with hype, he's not mean. He's not mean to be antagonistic or come across as such. It is just. It is. I understand.
Oh
from
no,
my
they want to
perspective
keep
when a
thinking
lot of
that,
these are
and
doing all
frankly, I
this
don't
thing.
care.
It's just that I'm telling you as a friend, don't die on that hill. It's not like they're gonna keep doing it because yes, I do think there is a lot of similarities, but I'm gonna wait until we see a trailer because I think it was either Matt and or James who said that. No, I like the idea of a fun, quirky Lois Lane, and I'm curious what they're gonna do with that show.
Yeah, no, like, the very idea behind it is fine. It's just that, like, I saw that first screenshot, and it's like, I just can't unsee, crap, what was her name?
Luz.
Luz, yeah. Just, no, it literally looks like a grown-up version of her.
Well, honestly,
And
there's like...
oh jeez, roulette time.
Oh, hello.
Because I sucked up both of the bosses at the same time.
I also forgot that. Oh, hey,
But yeah.
hey, you don't look half bad in a chef's hat, Kirby.
It's like I played so well.
It's funny because, like, right around the time we got that announcement for the Superman show, they also announced, like, a brand new Batman show coming on that time as well, and it's... The creative team is kind of interesting because, like, Bruce Timm's returning, but apparently also Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams are helping with it as well.
So, does this mean that now is Bruce Timm acting as, like, a producer, or is he actually, like,
I think
offering any, like, concept art?
I'm pretty sure he's a producer, but the poster that they showed did look like something he would draw.
Well, now, I mean that I don't know how well it was accepted or if it's been. Oh, by the way, we've completed our first retro nostalgia poster.
Hooray! Straight back to the past with our first rival.
And it doesn't play it here, but if you do examine these pictures from the main menu gallery, you can hear old nostalgic tunes from the games that they came from. But yeah, and to finish that thought before we stop, because I know that's been something that I myself am worried about, I do sometimes, is I don't know if it's a super accepted fact, but I think Bruce Timm's generation, the Bruce Timm era of DC TV shows was one of the best they've had.
Oh,
you say that as if it's something no one agrees with.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this current generation has seen any of those Bruce Timm shows. Are they on HBO Max?
I'm pretty sure at least most of them are.
Huh. All right, then
Like,
get to it, everybody.
Batman, Justice League, Batman Beyond, Superman. Like, I think until they decide to just delist them for a brief stint for whatever reason, like, you still have access to them that way. But that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't the Batman Bruce Timm retrospective. This is the Kirby Star Allies commentary, and we will be continuing with that next part.
Don't you test me. I'll find some way to make this into a Bruce Timm retro. Okay, bye, everybody.
No, instead we'll use the next part to talk about our Disney Plus retrospective.